Unit 8, Section 3, Interpreting Confidence Intervals. Here you need to have your calculators ready. You can open the ones online. And what you need to do to find confidence interval using a calculator, press that and scroll over to tests. And then down you need to scroll down to option A, 1 proportion Z intervals. Once you get that, and you click enter, you have to put in some information. You need to write what X is for the problem. And X, if you recall, is just number of or successes otherwise. Not a proportion. You enter, let's say, two or the decimal, let's say like 847.2. You get error message. So what that means is that sometimes you also will have to multiply your n number of total surveyed people times your p hat, the proportion, sample proportion, to get the x, and you will have to round it so you have a whole number. N is the total number of people surveyed. C level asked is just how confident you want to be in your confidence interval. And if you recall, we will always have either 90%, 95%, or 99%, and you enter one of these decimals for it. Then you hit calculate, and you should have your confidence interval nice and fast instead of doing it by hand. Of course, you can do it by hand if you'd like to, but this is another option now for you to do it. So let's see one of the problems. The National Survey of Students' Engagement found that 87% of students report that their peers at least sometimes copy information of the internet in their report, citing the source that the sample is 30,000. So if you can read the problem one more time and figure out what your sample proportion and n is, and then how to find the x, you could pause here and just try to do that and see if you understand what you need to do. So 87% is your p hat, right? We will enter it as 87. You need to your 30,000 is the total number of people sampled, surveyed, so it's your n. You have to give 99% confidence interval of the percentage of students that plagiarize. So how do we do that? So first of all, we're going to use the calculator. And when you're not given the x, so as mentioned in the instructions, you have to just multiply n times p hat. And if you do that, 0.87, it's actually p hat. So let me write first 30,000, which is the n, 30,000 times 87. That equals 2,600. That is your x. If you now open your calculators and enter everything, your x, 26,100, your n is 30,000, and you will enter also your confidence level for 90%, you should now get the confidence interval of 0.865, your lower percent or decimal, and upper is 0.8775. And of course, you could do it. There's a problem with that and saves time. Is there evidence from the study that 75% of students sometimes plagiarize? So let's see, 75%. Is it in this interval? No, it's not. Answer no. The interval is 6.5 to 87.5%. 75% is not the interval. Whoops, okay, my writing is not working very well, but hopefully you can understand what it says. Is not in the interval here, right? In the, so that's how you would also do problems number 2 and 3. So try those on your own, and then when notes are posted, just double check if you get the right answers.